Today we're gonna talk about how to get your life in the right direction. This is gonna be a topic we will discuss today. We go really deep into it, so let's get right into it right now. Let's go. So before we talk about direction, before we talk about getting your life in the right direction, we first have to understand what is the wrong direction. I know it's not such a nice topic, but we have to cover it to really go and talk about the right direction. Because what is the wrong direction? Is there a wrong direction? And the answer is there is no wrong direction. There is no one specific wrong direction. Because there are many people that have been through all kinds of trauma or all kinds of things happening, but that led to a beautiful life afterwards because of that. So could you say they went on the wrong direction? Not necessarily. It wasn't necessary for them to go through that. And maybe you have seen this in your own life where it was necessary for you to go through a certain breakup, to release things from your life, to let go of things. Maybe these things were necessary for you. And it's not always easy to see that even the more darker things, the more things that we as humans label as negative are things that we have to let go of, or things that we have to surrender to. But what you see is that when you let go more of what really has to be the right thing and what really has to be the wrong thing, we can look at life more objectively. Because as long as you have these labels of what is right, what is wrong, you're not really seeing in alignment. And that is what I want to cover today. What is direction? And for me, direction has to do with alignment, meaning what aligns to you right now. Not 10 minutes from now, not 10 years from now, right now. Then you can see things that feel in alignment to you and things that don't feel in alignment to you. And based on what feels in alignment to you right now, also determines what kind of level you are at in growth. For example, if you really resonate right now with all kinds of little toxic things, going to the McDonald's or something, if that really resonates with you, you know that there's more growth for you to be done, right? I'm not saying there's anything bad with it. I mean, there's always growth at every level, but you can see what you resonate with what kind of growth you have to undertake. Yeah, and some people they just genuinely resonate with that, right? And then you just have to let them do that thing. You have to let them go to the McDonald's. You have to let them go and have an alcohol addiction. If that is what resonates with them at that point, don't stand in their way, and don't stand in your own way if that's where you're at. Because we can see how some people, they have went through a path like that, and then there was a moment where it didn't start to resonate with them anymore, and then they leveled up. But sometimes it's necessary for people to go through a quite more unconscious path to lead to a more conscious path at the end. Anyways, I'm gonna yap. So I'm gonna try to stick it to the point. What is alignment? What aligns to you? What feels in alignment to you and what doesn't? An example would be, for me right now, what feels in alignment is to go outside, to breathe some air, to have a nice meal, and to do some work, to shoot some videos as well. So that's what resonates with me. So just as a person resonating with eating a hamburger, I resonate with making a video like this. This is not some obligation or duty or something that I have to do, or I discipline myself to do this. It's like, this is what resonates with me. I enjoy this more, making this video, than eating a hamburger. I enjoy sitting here and talking more than eating fries, because this is what resonates with me on a higher level. This is why I feel this is a good direction for me, you see. But for you, you might resonate with those lower things. Then you have to allow yourself to go in that direction till you get enough of it. Because only once you get through it, and come at the end, you have enough of it, and then you can let it go. You see, you cannot like let things go where you have not been through it. You have to go through it to let it go. And therefore there's no wrong and right thing with resonance. You're just at the level where you're at. And if you're at the level of eating a hamburger, you got to accept that and just eat your hamburger and just resonate on that level till it doesn't. And that's the same way, it's like growing up. Life is like a big growing up. So you start as a baby and become older and older and older, but some people, they grow up faster and some people grow up less fast. And when you're growing up slowly, you're kind of like, you're eating unhealthy, or you have unhealthy habits, or those kind of things. And when you grow up faster, you probably have more the tendency to let go of these things. Now, no one is perfect, right? We can all have some unhealthy things here and there, and me too, right? But overall, in general, are you more letting go and moving towards a higher place, or are you more holding on and resonating with harshness, denseness, dense conversations, harsh conversations? Do you like brutality? Do you love the brutality of the world? These kind of like more lower conscious things, the more survival based mechanisms that are at play in humans. Because we started off as monkeys. Don't forget that. We started off as monkeys, and then we became like human apes, and then we became like humans. And now we are leading towards a more higher place than just having a house, having a child, having a wife, or having a man, and if you're a woman, like that's just really basic survival, right? Having a house, having a job, that's just real basic survival. And now we're moving beyond that, beyond basic survival, beyond just your own little ego thing. We're moving beyond that, and you got to see where you're at. You got to see what resonates with you. And once you start to see what resonates with you, it's about going very broad in the beginning. So let's say you are at a level, and I'm not saying that everyone is like this, but let's say you are at a level that you do resonate with maybe making a video, or maybe working on your passion, or working on a project, or helping people in some type of way. Whatever resonates with you, take it a little bit broader to not make yourself too small too soon. So get it to a little bit broader place where you can still experiment and try out and see what resonates with you. Now you have a general direction, meaning you take something that resonates with you and you broaden it out a little bit more. You broaden it out a little bit more. Let's say you like to play the drums. Let's say that's your thing, and you don't know what your life direction is. Instead of just sticking to the drums, go and find a broader thing. So music in general, anything to do with music, start there. And then you can experiment with a little bit of singing, a little bit of drumming, a little bit of playing whatever instrument, try different instruments, try different things, try to maybe DJ a little bit, try to do all kinds of things within that general genre. Okay, and you broaden it out first so that you have really played the whole field. You don't just pick the first thing that you can think about. You play the whole field, you experiment with everything, you play around in this broad niche that you know it's gonna be this niche, it's gonna be music, right? It's gonna be that, but I don't know specifically if it's gonna be about producing music, or if I'm gonna be a DJ, or if I'm gonna be playing the drums or whatever. Or maybe you have some music program in another way, right? You have music for, I don't know, handicapped people. You have all kinds of ways to do music. So stop with narrow focus in the beginning. You got to broaden it out. You got to find what you resonate with and broaden it out. Now, if you're at the level where what you resonate with is like junk food, I don't know why I always say junk food, then, and that's like the only thing you resonate, you don't have like anything else that you want to do or that you want to be busy with, you just want to numb down your emotions and stuff. If that's where you're at, you know, just accept that's where you're at, and don't try to live your purpose or anything yet. Just accept that that's where you're at and that that's what you resonate with, and go through it. Go through that process, okay? In fact, put some fire on the gasoline and indulge in it more. Like what I would say to someone that's like addicted to junk food, I would say eat more junk food. Go and eat more of it, so that you get, at some point, if you eat so much, you just get done with it. It's like the trick that they do with like cigarettes. If you want to ever stop cigarettes, just smoke a whole pack of cigarettes and you never want to smoke a cigarette again, right? So if you have this kind of addiction, or you have a toxic pattern, you're not going to resonate with purpose yet, because you're too busy with your unhealthy habits. So if you're too busy with your unhealthy habits, you just got to get through it, as painful as it is, to at some point be able to let it go, and then you can think about what kind of passion or what kind of, you know, direction is good for you. And I think this is a good way to do it, because if you're gonna try to mix it both, I mean, you have some people that do it, but the people that mix them both, they're like, let's say, the Doors, right? I forgot his name, but the singer of the Doors, right? He was like 27 years old. He was busy with music and he was making all kinds of music, and then, you know, he ended it all at 27 years old. Amy Winehouse ended her life because she was not ready for the type of success, because all that she resonated with was this drugs and this toxicity. And then once she got big, once she got everything, all the money, it's all going to the drugs, it's all going to the toxic patterns. So the fame and the things that are actually positive, like making the money, becoming famous, those all went into the toxicity and into her own death eventually. And that's what you see with people that don't have that figured out, and they go on this path towards success. They're gonna bring them down very much. So even though it's not like it's impossible to do both, it's just not a happy life, you know. And do you want to live a happy life? I believe you do, and I believe I do, and I believe everyone watching does want to have a happy life. And I don't think that doing something that makes you feel intoxicated is gonna lead there. I don't feel that's gonna lead towards positivity. I don't feel that's gonna lead towards a good life. Okay, so what I would say is to get into the right direction is first focus on alignment. Where do you resonate with now? If you resonate with a little bit more toxic stuff, like, be okay with it, be alright with it, accept it. That's just where you're at. You're not gonna change where you're at. Just accept where you're at. Don't bullshit yourself like, oh no, I'm over it. I don't resonate with that. If you resonate with that, resonate with it. Okay, go to the very end of it, because if you go at the very end of it, you will rise. But for some of you, you don't resonate with that. You actually don't resonate with more toxic stuff. You resonate with higher stuff. You resonate with things about others, contribution, bringing value, creating value to the world. You resonate with those things. Once you start to resonate with things beyond your own survival and ego and, you know, making a living and having a job and all those kind of like basic survival stuff, if you stop really resonating with like, that's how I want to live my life, that's where I'm excited about, if you're not excited about it anymore, if you're not really thrilled about any kind of toxic habits or things, if you're not really into that anymore, you start to resonate on a higher level, on a higher paradigm, what is based on bringing value to the world, bring value to others, also bring value to yourself so you can bring more value to others. And that is then a place where we can really seriously look at, okay, your life direction. What is it going to be? If it's going to be drums, it's going to be music. If it's going to be let's say if it's going to be talking about mental health, then it's going to be talking about self-development or a broader like mental health and self-development, right? If it's going to be around meditation, it's going to be broader. It's going to be about spirituality, okay, in general, or even bigger than that, just like philosophy, right? So just remain big in the beginning, remain broad in the beginning, and then through resonance you can see and feel out what resonates with you and what doesn't, what aligns to you and what doesn't. And what doesn't align to you, you can let it go, and what does align to you is your life's path, your life's direction. And throughout all of explaining this, I explain it like it's a step-by-step process, but it's not really like that. It's literally following your alignment. That's all this is. Because even the person that is resonating with toxicity, if they follow their alignment till the very end, they will hit a breaking point where that no longer resonates with them, and they start to move beyond that. So I don't even feel that a person that is following a toxic path is necessarily very bad for them. I actually feel it's good for them, because eventually they will give that up. And that is when they transform like no others, right? You see this many times with Grant Cardone. He had like a cocaine addiction, and then at 25 or something he stopped, and it transformed his life. But most people that are kind of like at a place where they resonate with toxicity, they resonate a little bit with like higher stuff, but they don't really resonate with something specific, these people are gonna get stuck the most. Because actually the person that is doing cocaine, they're probably on a faster path towards success than people that are just resonating a little bit on one side or the other. Because the person that's resonating with cocaine, they do all this cocaine and they get through it so much, they get so exhausted and are so done with it that they can see the problems. First of all, they can see the problems of doing it. They can see the consequences with their friendships, their family, their finances. All of these have impact on their addictions, or their addictions have all impact on these areas. And therefore, they realize, oh, okay, all these things affect me because I have this addiction. But and then they can just let that all go. They can let that addiction go. And not everyone can. But the people that can, they turn out like Grant Cardone. They turn out like people that have set up, how do you say that in English? Like when you get rid of an addiction, it's got a rehab, right? They go to, like, they set up rehabs, they set up different things like that, and they completely live on a higher paradigm because they have truly letting go of those more. I just noticed my camera died, but to finish it off, I don't know exactly where the camera stopped working, but I would just end it right here. I would just give a summary, short summary. So alignment is the most important thing. Being in alignment, feeling aligned is very, very important. And following that alignment. And that's actually basically everything I said right here, because I even said when someone is in a toxic place, when they follow that alignment to the very end, they will stop resonating with that. If you see people like Grant Cardone, they follow their alignment. They were aligned to taking in cocaine, taking in these drugs, but at some point it didn't resonate with him anymore, and he was able to let it go. And once he was able to let it go, he jumped to a higher place, a place of bringing value and giving value instead of taking and taking and taking and taking. And sometimes it's easier from these extreme places where someone is truly in an addiction to let go of it than a person that is kind of like addicted but also giving a little bit, but is kind of addicted but it's also giving a little bit. It's kind of an in-between place. So sometimes I'm like, what resonates with you? If you really resonate with toxicity, sometimes it's good to follow that so that you get to the very end of it, are able to let go of it, and then move into a higher place. And from the people that already feel more resonant with the higher place, I would say make it more broader so that you don't restrict yourself to a small little thing. Make it broader, experiment, feels what resonates with you, be open-minded in the process of experimenting, and then you can slowly but surely narrow down your path more and more and more. That's my tips. Basically, it's all about alignment, but now you can see why alignment works and why even for people that resonate with more toxicity, it actually will help them eventually to move up if they keep following their alignment. This is truly what I want to say. It's quite simple, it's quite easy, but it's also something that has to be followed. And following this advice is much harder than me explaining to you what it is. It's much harder to actually broaden yourself out and to experiment the different things and to be open-minded enough that maybe your thing is not drumming, but is to become a producer, right? To maybe not become a singer, but to become a harmonica player, or to become, I don't know, anything, right? Be open-minded to see what really resonates with you and what doesn't. This is what I want to tell you today. Be open-minded, have a broad perspective, follow your alignment, and that's all for today. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.